Hi everyone, it's Lynn Dion from Pink Whisper Designs. Today I want to show you how to make this really fun interactive double flap gatefold card. And we're going to be using an Art Impressions stamp set for our images today. So let's go ahead and get started. For stamps today we're going to be using this really cute set from Art Impressions called Practically Perfect. And it's got these great sentiments on it. We're going to be using that one that says a year older and still ridiculously fabulous. And you've got these cute little ladies with all these birthday party hats and gifts. And for some dies today, I've also got some Art Impressions dies. These are the journal oval frames. And you can see you get that pretty scallop oval and then the insert oval as well. So this set has some really nice items on it. It also has little scallop circles, a beautiful frame, a little banner for some sentiments. Let's grab the inside or just the plain ovals for these two, and we're going to die cut these from some Strathmore Bristol Smooth 100-pound cardstock. So I'll just quickly tape those down so that I can run those through the Sizzix Sidekick machine. And as always, keep in mind that all of the products I'm using today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. So now that we have those two pieces, let's go ahead and run the scallop ovals through that same die cutting machine. And I've selected a lavender color cardstock. This is a 100-pound cardstock as well. So those solid ovals will fit right inside and give us a really nice layering. We're going to stamp on the larger oval. We're going to stamp that little cluster of ladies. And we don't need all of the image. We just need part of it. And I'm just kind of centering it on there. And at the same time, we can go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So I've grabbed that one that I mentioned earlier, but any of those three would be fantastic. Just going to center that. I've got my sticky mat, my MISTI sticky mat inside my MISTI stamp positioner just to make sure everything stays in place. I'm grabbing another piece of that post-it tape and we can go ahead and ink up this stamp. The only reason I'm doing that is because I don't need to stamp the whole thing. I just need part of it, and I really didn't want to get all of that ink onto my sticky mat. So I'm just blocking off the bottom section of that stamp. You do want to make sure you remove that post-it tape before you do your stamping. And then I've got my STAMPendable stamp press, and we'll just press those out quickly. So I like to keep this next to me, the indexing from Art Impressions. And as I always mention to you, they do a great job giving you indexing so you know exactly how to do your shading, and you can follow along with their colors exactly if you prefer. So it's a really nice tool to have. And sometimes when all of the pieces are so tiny, I like to put it next to me so that I can see exactly what I'm coloring. All of the colors I'm using today will be listed in that upper left-hand corner as we're going along. And I'm using the Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens to do my coloring today. Here we started with the pale violet and the lilac. And so this is really fun to color, and everything's fairly tiny, so it's really quick and easy to do your coloring. So I've left the coloring in because I know a lot of you like to take a look at that. I'll put on a little bit of music. I'll meet you on the other side, and we'll go ahead and assemble this double flap gatefold card. So now that the coloring is all set, let's grab this Speckled Egg Distress Oxide ink, and I've got one of these mini blending tools from Tim Holtz. I just picked these up and I really like these. It has a dome tip on it, and you can replace those little applicators. The set comes with 2 of these mini applicators and I believe 4 of the little domed, but there are additional domed applicators that you can purchase separately. And again, I'll list and link that down below for you. And what I'm doing is just adding that speckled egg all the way around the edges, just to finish off the edge a little bit better. Now I've got some scrapbook.com. These are the square foam adhesive. These are double-sided adhesive, and these are really great for popping up some elements on your card. So I've placed plenty of those around the back, and then I'm using my Cricut weeding tool. I'm just using that pokey edge just to poke down into those and pull up that backing, so it makes it really quick and easy to do. Let's go ahead and center these on each of our scallop ovals. Once that's done, we can go ahead and create the card base. I've got another piece of that lavender cardstock. This measures 5.5 by 8.5. I'm scoring it at 2 1/8, and then I'm flipping it around and scoring it again at 2 1/8. Now I can go ahead and fold in each side, and I'll use that bone folder to press out those creases, and then I'll fold in the other side, and that should meet perfectly in the center. So this will give us an A2 size card, which will measure 4 1/4 by 5.5. So here I've got some pretty pattern paper. We're going to do some layering. And that background one says happy birthday, and then we've got that pretty striped one. And that's all coming from the mini birthday paper pack from Art Impressions. And these are just so pretty. Let me just flip through quickly. I love those clouds. If you're looking for a quick and easy background, those clouds would be really cute. So let's go ahead and take these 2, and we're going to cut these down to size. So I need 2 panels for the front of the card and 1 panel for the inside. The 2 panels I will cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches each. And then for the striped one, I'm going to cut it right down the center at 2 inches. So let's go ahead and apply some glue all over the back of this. And this again will go on the inside of our card, and that will leave a little bit of that lavender border all the way around. And then for these 2 pieces, we'll glue these to the 2 front flaps. And I'm going to line those up right along the edge of the flap. So I'm just going to use that edge to line that up. And that'll give me that lavender border on 3 sides of each panel. So let's do that again. We'll just line this right up along that center fold and glue this down. Next, we can go ahead and add the little ladies, and we're going to be gluing the left side of this oval. And for this lower one, we're going to be gluing it on the right side. So let's start off with this one. I'm just centering it on the card, and then I want to find the center point of that oval. So I'm going to just mark it at the top and the bottom with a pencil mark. And then I'm going to glue only the left side. So I want to go straight down the middle and then this left side. And I'm using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And I'm just going to spread it right around those scallops a little bit with my finger just to make sure this lays nice and flat. And then again, I'm going to use those pencil marks to line this up. And now you want to open it up. Just make sure you don't have any glue where you don't want it, because you don't want your card to get stuck closed. So now for this lower piece, we're going to mark the center point again with the pencil, and then we're going to be gluing the right side of this little panel. So let's go ahead and apply our glue. Again, I'll spread that right to the edges with my finger, and then we'll glue this one down. I'm just again using those pencil marks to find that center point. And now you can see we have this really cute double flap card. This is so much fun. This is just another take on your standard A2 size card. It's just a fun little interactive element. Now I've got this scallop, and this comes from the Journal Template die set. And this has tons of dies in it for all your journaling needs, but it's also got a couple of borders. And we're going to grab this scallop border because it'll match up nicely with that little scallop we have on those oval frames. So I've got a piece of that pattern paper. It's the back side of the happy birthday paper that we've already used. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 5 1/4 inches by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to cut 2 of these. I just thought this would be cute on the inside of the card along each side of that pattern paper, just again to kind of tie those scallops in with the front of the card. So what I'm going to do, you can see that this isn't going to be quite long enough, so I'm going to tape this in place with some post-it tape, and I'm just going to line it right along that edge, so that'll make sure that it's nice and straight. I'll go ahead and tape that down. And then we'll run this through the Sizzix Sidekick machine. Now we do need to extend this a little bit further, so I'll show you exactly how to do that. So once we've run this through, we can go ahead and remove the die and that tape. And now let's finish the die cutting. I'm just tearing away that little excess piece. What you're going to do is line this up right with those scallops that you've already cut. I'm just going a couple of scallops into that design just to make sure that it lines up nicely, and it kind of locks into place right against those scallops. And now I can go ahead and run this through the rest of the way, and we'll have one long scallop border. Let's do that again. I've already run it through the die cut machine once. I'm going to line that up with the scallops that we've already cut. Make sure you do tape this down really well, just so it doesn't move on you when you go to run it through the die cutting machine. We'll do that same thing. And now we have these 2 long borders for the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and glue these down. And this, again, we'll just kind of finish off the inside a little bit. I'm not going to be putting a sentiment on the inside. I'm going to use that for a note, but you certainly could stamp a sentiment for the inside of your card as well. There's plenty in this set, so you could grab another one of those sentiments if you wanted to. So now I've got that smaller oval, and I've got that same green gingham plaid, and I'm going to run just the bottom of this oval through. I don't need the whole piece. And then what I'm going to do is cut this into a little strip. And the only reason I ran it through the machine is because I want to get that little angle on each side, that oval angle. And I thought this would be the easiest way to do it. So I'm just going to cut that down to maybe about 1/4 inch. And then I'll glue that right underneath the sentiment. I want to add a few gems, and I thought this would be a really pretty place to do that. Plus, that oval just looked kind of plain to me. It just looked like it needed a little bit of something. So once I glue that down, and it'll fit on there perfectly because we've cut that oval shape, I'm going to go ahead and grab a few of these lavender gems, and we'll glue these on. And I'm just using my little pickup tool to glue those in place. And so let's take a look at the finished card, and you can see that inside is so cute with those little scallop borders. And I love just how this opens up. It's just fun. We've got these fun little birthday ladies, a year older and still ridiculously fabulous. And then plenty of room inside for a note or for another sentiment. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.